How are you? Hootie hoo. Happy Tuesday too. I am the sound of money in your ear. Doll Avant. That's Steel Double L. I'm often imitated, never duplicated. They call me the Billion Dollar Bay, aka the Pitch Queen, aka the People's Coach, aka Coach Dollar Bill. And you are in the dollhouse. This is the home of high value entrepreneurs. Over here, you guys know that I am doing, you might not know, I'm doing a 100-day challenge. This is my fourth one. What would be different for you? What would happen in your life if you gave 100% of your best effort, 100% of the time for 100 days? How would your life change? How many of your goals do you think you could hit if you actually showed up for yourself? What if you followed your intuition 100% of the time for 100 days? You could be outside for real. You could be in these streets for real. So listen, we don't have time to play any more games. Dare I say, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say WW3. I'm not going to say these words because I'm streaming on YouTube. I'm not going to say what's going on out here. All I know is Venezuela, they could get it. They said Cuba, you can get it too. They said Colombia, you got next. They said Mexico, Canada. They said Greenland. Like who attacks Greenland? Like, is that a thing? Is that a thing that we're doing? Is that a thing that we're doing in 2026? We're just Greenland is a problem now. You know what I mean? Like, listen, colonialization is back. Okay, it's back. It's back. Just like civil rights was a bubble that burst. Y'all didn't even pick that up last year. DEI was completely canceled. Dare I say outlawed in 2025. Now this year, colonialism is back. You thought we gave up, but oh no, we back outside. You know what I mean? So like, we don't have time to be sitting around talking about going to Juicy Crab and the hookah lounge. Like, we don't have time out here anymore. There is a shift happening in the global economy. Let's just say it that way. A shift. All right. So if you're in my private WhatsApp group, you know I talk about the real stuff. If you're not, I can't be outside with it, but go to the link in bio, see if you can get in the WhatsApp group. It's free. So you know what I'm saying? So I can tell you what's really going on out here. But let's just say we need to get us some cash flow so we can move out the way. We need to buy some assets and leverage those assets so we can move out the way. This is the calm method. This is what I teach. It's one of the frameworks that I teach in the dollhouse. That's what I call my private group. My name is Doll. My mother's name is Dolly. They named me Doll. Like, what you want me to do? So if you're like, something's different, just a little bit different than it was before, and you're like, I need to get myself together. That's what we do over here in the dollhouse. So welcome. If you're new, it's your first time really paying attention, or you've been out of the loop for a while and you back, welcome back. Welcome back. We outside. So listen, today, I want to have a funeral for vision boards. I want to talk to the people who still got time in 2026 to cut out pictures out the magazine, to do all that people be doing. I mean, it's so fine. It's cute. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay. But let me explain my perspective. A couple years ago, I held a funeral for hope. And people got upset with me. Hope, Hope. People got upset with me. And I said, no, you don't understand. Hope is a vestige of slavery, okay? Because it's a violation of universal law. What you mean you hope? Like, if you sow, you're supposed to reap, okay? If you work, you're supposed to get paid. If you give, it shall be given back to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is universal law. I breathe in, I breathe out. Like, the sun rises, it sets. Like, what are we talking about? Hope. Now, somebody told me this. I don't know if this is true. There's some linguists. Y'all put it in the comments. Let me know. Is it true that in traditional African languages, there is no word for hope? That's what somebody told me. But basically, the spiritual lesson is something either is or it's not. You're not like hoping, like perhaps, it could be a thing. Like, what are we talking about? So we actually had a funeral for hope because, like I said, it's a vestige of slavery because they taught you like you could do all this work and not get paid for it. And we still got that programming right now today. They told you, give your best effort, show up, but somebody might steal it, build you a community that might get burned down. Like, we still are afraid that we're going to do something great and amazing and not get the rewards from that. And that's a violation of universal law. So listen, we got to reprogram our brain back to the language of abundance. Abundance is your birthright. You don't have to be out here struggling. You don't have to be out here. I hope I make some money this week. I hope I can make a sale because I got to pay my rent. I hope that 2026 is going to be different than it was last year. We don't have time for that. We got to get out the way. Some of you guys, your intuition has been telling you like it's the end of the world or whatever. And if so, if you're thinking about leaving America, you need to buy some land, you need to get you a compound and all of that. We got to hurry up. We don't have time. So we buried Hope a few years ago, had a whole funeral because hope is really just if you don't have any action that you're driving towards something, it's just procrastination with a vision board attached to it. And so today, I'm coming for your vision board. I'm coming for these things that we do every year to make ourselves feel better, gives us a little hit of dopamine, and then we go right back. By Martin Luther King Day, you're gonna be back to your old ways. You're not gonna be in the gym no more. You're not gonna be posting on social no more. You're gonna be back to like hoping and waiting for something to happen to you. We don't have time. So pour one out. You know how you pour one out? This is for my homies. Pour something out for your little dreams, your little Pinterest boards, and all the little stuff, the little cardboard y'all be cutting out. People still got time. I'm grown. First of all, why are we cutting out the magazine and stuff? I mean, y'all do what you want to do. If you got a vision board up, I mean, don't get mad at me. You can keep your vision board, but there's more, okay? So let's talk about why I hate vision boards and why you need to be doing something different instead. If you really want to collapse time and hurry up and get to your desired reality so you can get some assets, leverage said assets, and get out the way. Because I'm not saying, but y'all see what's going on. Venezuela, that's going to be our code word. Venezuela, that's all I got to say. I've been to Venezuela. I got friends from Venezuela. Don't tell me them people wasn't bothering nobody. I know it's dictators and people, it's authorities out here doing things. He got it for Nigeria. He said, we're coming, boots on the ground. Listen, y'all better get you some money, get out the way. Okay. Remember that song, the John Mayer song? What is that song? Keep on waiting, waiting for the world. What is that? Waiting for the world to change. We don't have time. Beautiful melody, terrible life philosophy. You don't have time. We keep on waiting. That's it. Waiting, waiting for the world to change. We don't have time. Time is up. It's up. It's over. It's over. But yet, even though we can all see like things are getting different. Remember this time last year, Los Angeles was on fire just like randomly. Like, hey, y'all, it's over with. Like, anyway. In spite of what's happening, in spite of Venezuela, code word, most entrepreneurs are still out here making vision boards. Like we got time, cutting out pictures of luxury cars and beach houses, writing affirmations, talking about I have abundance and all of this. Visualizing, y'all be throwing salt and bay leaves out and cinnamon out in the backyard. I'm not mad at the cinnamon and the sea salt and all of that. Do that. But also, I need you to be doing some of this stuff we're going to talk about today. So they're putting the vision board, they're dropping salt and bay leaves and cinnamon sticks, and then they're waiting. They're waiting for the universe to just deliver this thing, like, waiting for the right moment, waiting until they feel ready, waiting for someone to discover them, waiting for somebody to invest in their business, waiting on their world to change. And we don't have time. Listen, let me tell you the etymology of the word wait, W-A-I-T. Nobody talks about this, and nobody's talking about what's really going on. It's actually wild, okay? This is an early 13th century word, wait. It means a watcher, an onlooker, a spy, a lookout. Okay, so by the late 14th century, this word actually meant an ambush or a trap. You hear that? Waiting is a trap. It is a trap. When you're waiting, you think you're being patient and strategic, but what you're actually doing is setting a trap for yourself. You're the watcher, the onlooker, the spy, the one hoping, trying to see, I hope they don't attack, but they probably are. You standing on the sidelines of your own life. You are not in the game. You're just watching it happen around you. And I told y'all entrepreneurship is a game. You got to learn how to learn the rules so we can play the game to win. Entrepreneurship is not a goal that we set for ourselves. It is a game that we must develop the skills so we can learn how to play to win. But most of you guys are not in the game. And here's why this is dangerous. This is how it's going to wreck your 2026, and you don't have time. They're getting rid of the middle class. Hey, everything you thought you knew is going to be rich people and everybody else. It's going to be Game of Thrones. I own this region. I control that region. I control that one. And everybody else can get it. Everybody else is universal basic income. Everybody else, we're watching you. Surveillance. Okay. You got to figure it out. Like, we got to figure it out. Anyway, waiting is dangerous because waiting actually feels like you're doing something. That's why all these entrepreneurship programs, y'all going to meatballs and alcohol and all these networking events, and now they got wings on deck, and you like dapping people up and letting them scan your Blink card, talking about, oh yeah, we outside with it. You feel productive. You're going to classes. You're reading books about entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with the books. But if that's all you're doing, you make your vision board, you're visualizing, you manifesting, you believing, you're putting it out there and all of that. I'm coming for my church people. I'm coming for my spiritual people, my conscious creators, all y'all. I'm coming for the programming that has kept us stuck financially. We don't even know what wealth is. We keep saying, well, I can breathe air and oxygen. See, I'm wealthy. No, you're not. We have been captured by a capitalistic society. You live in a world where if you don't have some money, you don't even have a right to go outside and sleep outside. They have made homelessness a crime. You will go to jail. They will pick you up and put you in one of these concentration camps that they're building out here in these streets. We don't have time to not have no money in 2026. So y'all still on the old programming, and it's not 1985. I need y'all to come on. This is why I always talk about Back to the Future. They told you everything you need to know in movies. They told you everything you need to know. It is not 1985. Do you know that they interviewed the head? I want to say she's like part of the Federal Reserve or the World Economic Forum or something. I'm going to pull that video when I do one of my short documentaries on this YouTube channel. Y'all need to subscribe. Let's go to 200 subscribers. I don't know where these first 100 came from. Let's do it. Let's get to 200. But anyway, you need to, this lady, somebody asked her, what's up with the crypto? Are we switching over to digital currency? Like, what are we doing? And she, are we going back to a gold back? Like they're talking about doing a gold backed bond or like a gold backed crypto or like a gold backed Bitcoin or something, like that for like the whole financial system. And she said, are we going back to those times? And the lady, the head of whatever, she said, well, I wouldn't say back to the times. It's more like back to the future. Now, why would she say that? Why would she say that? Anyway, don't let me get deep. We're gonna do that on a little documentary. Go down my rabbit hole, okay? But all this manifesting and putting it out there is a violation of the laws of physics. I talk about the physics of money. Newton's first law of physics states, an object at rest stays at rest. Okay, so Newton's first law actually doesn't care about your vision board. Okay, when you make a vision board and then you just sit there and stare at it every day and you throw some salt at it and then you go on back and do the same thing you've been doing and don't change your activities at all, your brain releases dopamine when you visualize success. So you're looking at the thing, you're like, oh yeah, I can have it. I can have whatever I say, all of that energy that we be talking about. Okay, then the dopamine hits and you feel good, you feel like you did something because somebody told you to shake the thing 3 times and spin around 3 times and nod your head at the vision board every day, and then you go be somebody, right? And so you feel like you've already made progress because you're programming your brain that that's all you're supposed to do, but you haven't done anything yet. So you're actually substituting this little fake ritual that you're doing for setting and achieving actual goals. Your brain starts to believe that the visualization is the achievement. So it's releasing the dopamine and reward chemicals and all that stuff. So you're not even being neurologically motivated to do any actual work. You're being motivated to just get up and just believe. Just get up and just say affirmations, girl. Say it in the mirror. Say it twice, and all of that. I am somebody, like I'm telling you, hope was manufactured to keep y'all stuck. Anyway, don't get me started. I'm calling no names. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's the same energy. So you get up there, visualize, do all that, and then you're not motivated to do any actual work. So you're getting that neurochemical hit from imagining success. And that reduces your drive to actually create success. The vision board becomes the destination instead of being a tool to help you get there. It's not designed for that. Your business is a vehicle to help you get there. Most of you guys are not going to make enough money in a job to make you financially free, or to build generational wealth, or to do all the things you said you wanted to do. I didn't say it. Y'all came to me, I had a whole company. Y'all came to me and said, hey, how did you do that? I said, how did I do that? So I reverse engineered what I did to get a $1 billion valuation for my own company, and I'm teaching it to you. Okay, I was mentored by billionaires. I'm telling you how they move, and I'm teaching it to you. And they don't make vision boards. But anyway, y'all can do what you want to do. Okay, here's the real problem when I have a vision board. They keep you focused on outcomes instead of activities, right? So destination focus. You looking at pictures of Paris and, I want to go on a cruise and, I want my house to look like this and all this kind of stuff. And I'm not saying don't visualize, because you need to feel the feeling that you would feel if you had the things that you say you want to have. You have to do that, okay? But that's just a nervous system state. That's a nervous system reset. That's like setting your thermostat on the wall in your house. If you had everything you needed right now and wanted, you would not be freaking out, screaming at your spouse, running around stressed out, freaking out because you got a bill due. No, you wouldn't. So you need to set your energetic state, your emotional frequency to the state that you would be in if you had all the things. But you're not supposed to spend all day every day just staring at the mansion, the car, the bank account, but you're not looking at none of the daily actions that are actually required to have those things, to create those things. Okay, that's not how the system is designed to function. They got y'all messed up in the game. Okay, don't let it happen to you. Don't let them do this to you. Okay, so staring at a map of Paris while you're sitting in your couch in Atlanta, thinking that the map is somehow getting you closer to France. Let me let you know something. It's not. Okay. So before my spiritual people come at me, start quoting the Bible, I'm not against vision, okay? But I'm against this passive sitting around waiting on something to happen, like we sitting in a waiting room, waiting for somebody to call our name, just waiting on that our moment, just waiting on my ship to come in. No, that is not how this works. Okay, so we know that Bible verse, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2, it says, it reads thusly, okay, write the vision and make it plain upon tablets, and so that he may run that readeth it. That's what it says. Write the vision and make it plain upon tablets, that he may run that readeth it. Y'all have heard this. If you ever been in church at any time, I'm a PK, you're not going to tell me nothing about church. Listen, they love this one. This is a scripture we quote all the time. But let's talk about what this actually means, okay? Because this is what we're missing. It says, write the vision. So that's what we want to do. We want to write it down. We want to tell somebody or to put it on a vision board. You do all the magazine cutout. You got the picture of the Bentley, the color you want, the house you want, all that stuff somebody told you in a sermon somewhere. And you're like, yes. And then you wrote it down. You put a picture up on your wall, your mirror. You spin around 3 times and geez, and all that. Okay, you got clear on what you wanted. Wonderful. That's so important. But it also says, look at your neighbor and say, also. It says, make it plain upon tablets. So let's go back to our etymology. I always go back to the roots of words because words are containers for energy. So the word plain, when you make something plain, it comes from the Latin planus, which means flat, smooth, even, level, explicit, clear, evident, free from distraction or obstruction. So you understand what I'm saying? That's what it means to be plain. Ain't no problems, ain't no confusion, I know exactly what's going on here. Tablet, that word means a small portable slab of durable material. Not I was hyped for 2 seconds and then went away. Durable material. Where you do some writing and there was a flat surface for inscription. So what are we hearing here? When you write your vision, you got to make it smooth, flat, level, clear, free from obstruction, an actual plan, daily activities. This is what I'm supposed to be doing every day, every day. Sun rises, sun sets. Every day, the ocean waves come in, they go out. Every day, every day. We breathe all the time, every day. 26,000 breaths, something like that. Every day. Like, do I just breathe occasionally? Like, no, like every day. There's something you're supposed to be doing and showing up doing in your business every day to make some money. Not some abstract collage, the magazine thing, cut out from the magazine. Why y'all still have magazines? Where are all these magazines coming from? They just have crates of magazines, not some affirmation that you wrote on a card and all this kind of stuff. You need to be making this thing clear, actionable, down to a daily plan. That's why I keep telling y'all to get on the elephant diet. And you think I'm just being extra, and you hear a thing about time management, and you think it's optional. And I'm telling you, this is physics. Time is literally money. Perpetual prosperity requires precision. Come on, t-shirt. Somebody write this down. You cannot run the play, and you don't have no clarity about what you're supposed to be doing every day in your business. You don't have no schedule. You don't have no thing that you do consistently and do it again and do it again and do it again until you start to get some data, some feedback. So okay, this works, this don't. Try this, do that. It's an experiment. So if you're not running the play, how do you expect to get to the end zone? Like, what are we talking about? It says, he that readeth it may run. You're supposed to be running. Running what? Supposed to be running the play. Supposed to be running the play. When somebody reads your plan, if you wrote it down, if you hire somebody or whatever, they should be able to immediately take action and start running with it. And I know for a fact that y'all got these vision boards up here, and you got the Bentley up there and the Rolls Royce Phantom thing up there. And then I say, okay, what's the play? How are we gonna get that? And you gonna say, I don't know. I just believe. Well, that's not clear. That's not plain. You ain't running and you're not moving. There's no motion in that. There's no energy in that. Okay, your vision should be so clear, so plain, so specific that it tells you exactly what you need to do every single day, right now, this hour, the next hour, the next hour. Now, how do I get that clear? You need a coach. That's what I do over here in the dollhouse. But anyway, you can collapse time. You don't have to be out here struggling and doing all that, okay? There's this idea of a wave function, and I'm not going to be before you long. Okay, a wave function. This is something where before something actually happens, like before you take an action, when it's just a thought or a feeling, it exists in what they call superposition. That's a place where everything is possible. All possible outcomes exist. You know, like that movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once. If you didn't see that, you need to watch it. They were telling y'all some stuff. Pop culture be telling you everything you need to know. They put it in front of your face, but then nobody break it down for you. I'm breaking it down for you. Okay. All possible outcomes exist when you just think about something. Okay. But the moment you take an action, you actually put some energy, time, energy, effort, focus, attention, put it into the energetic field. You take an action, you make a measurement. If you go, you interact with the energetic field. That wave function of possibility collapses into one specific reality. I'm so deep with this. This is getting deep. I got to jump back and coach myself. Okay, your vision board keeps you in superposition. It's like, I could be rich. I could have that house. I just believe, I can have that empire. If they had it, if Beyonce is a billionaire, I too can make it. Like that's the kind of energy we be in. That's the realm of possibility. Well, yeah, theoretically, yeah, you could. I mean, yeah, somewhere, but that don't have nothing to do with your actual reality changing. Okay. You got to get to a point of coordinated action. What's that? I keep using that word coordinated, like coordinates, like you're setting your course. I'm going this way. And there's a set of actions that I need to do again, just like if a boat or a car or a plane, that engine is going to turn over and turn over again. And it's going to have you in motion. You're going to build momentum until you get where you're trying to go. This is a video game. First level, motion. Second level, momentum. Third level, mastery. That's when you actually understand what you did. That's why you need a coach. Somebody to teach you the game. Somebody to put you on game. That's what we do over here. But anyway, when you take an action, take a step and do it again, that's what collapses time and forces this energetic field of possibility to pick a lane. Pick a lane. That's how you collapse time and get to your desired reality faster. When you make it plain, smooth. I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing every day. I've been teaching this every single day in the 100-day challenge. I go live at 2 p.m. every day. I think the YouTube is working every day. I think it is. But if you can't find it, you just need to get in the dollhouse. Just go click the link and do the thing. If you're already in the dollhouse and you're not getting on the WhatsApp, on the live every day at 2 o'clock, what you got? What you doing? Are you making tens of thousands of dollars a month? What are you doing with your life? I need to see y'all at 2 o'clock. And then we do a live coaching every Thursday night at 6. Also, link available in the thing. So do the thing. All right. But that means when you make it plain, you break this big vision down into a daily set of activities, something measurable, coordinated, that's going to lead one step leads to the next. It compounds on it, right? It creates a feedback loop. You can't say, oh, I want to be a millionaire. Oh, I want to quit my job this year. That's vague. But saying I'm going to make 20 sales calls every week. I'm going to send 50 outreach things on my LinkedIn and send out emails. I'm going to start my email list and send one email a week, post some content every day. Every day in 2026, every day, right? I'm going to have 3 discovery conversations. I'm going to book, 3 sales calls or whatever. One is keeping you in the waiting room, talking about what you want to do. I don't want to make some money, some kind of way. The other one puts you in motion. So a daily plan is when you're able to predetermine your outcome that locks you into a specific trajectory. Nothing else matters. So instead of vision boards, okay, because we ain't got time, this is what you need to do. Number 1, get crystal clear on your coordinates, not a dream, coordinates. Where are you going exactly? What does success look like for you in the next 90 days? Be very specific. Give me numbers, give me metrics, give me outcomes. What exactly are you trying to achieve? So like, I want to make $2,000 from my business this month, in the next 30 days. I'm going to have 100 people joining my community or whatever. A coordinate. Something specific that you can measure and move towards. Take certain actions, okay? Step 2, reverse engineer the daily actions that you got to take. What activities do you need to do every day to get to that outcome? So if you're talking about, I want 100 members in my group, that means probably 500 or maybe 1,000 people need to see your content over the next 30 days. And then you have a call to action. really great content, really engaging people. And hey, if you like this, I do this all the time over here in my community. Click the link, do the thing, and join my free community, right? You have to do something every day to get to this goal of 100 new people joining, right? Or invite them, doing discovery calls or whatever your process and your flow is for your business. You need to be having, content every day. You need to be inviting people to get on a call with you. You need to be having, 5 to 10 conversations a day. 30 outreach messages going in people's DMs and on LinkedIn specifically. I keep saying LinkedIn because 92% of people don't post on LinkedIn. They're just sitting there watching what everybody else is doing. So it's still wide open in terms of the algorithm, making sure that more of your network is going to reach it. Other platforms, your network ain't seeing that stuff anyway. So you have to do it based on what they're interested in and what they're Googling to get the views. Okay. So get you a daily practice, a different kind of ritual, something you do every single day, a set of coordinated activities that are going to move you towards this goal that you've set for yourself. Number 3, you need a feedback loop. And that's where most people fail. I'm not talking about setting resolutions and all of that. You can't do something once or twice and get no results and quit. No, no, no. We are here to gather data. More important than your first sale is the signal, what the marketplace is telling you. If somebody says yes, you're gathering information from that. If somebody says no, you're gathering information from that. Listen, in the story of creation, what did they say? They said, and God said, let there be light. You know what light is? Information. You need some information, some feedback from the marketplace as to what's going on. What do they respond to? What do they like? What are the problems that they're having? What do they say about my offer? Do they understand what I'm talking about? Are you using the language that the people use that you're trying to sell something to? Or you being all deep and technical and corporate because you're so smart and you talking over people's heads? What are we doing? Do they understand your offer? Are you offering something of value that they can't find nowhere else and they want to get that experience from you? What are we doing? Put something out there and then have a way to measure that so you could tweak, adjust, and iterate. Track your numbers every day. Are you posting? Are you doing the thing? Review it every week. What's working, what's not. Adjust your approach based on data, not on how you feel. Not on, I don't feel like posting today, and you go post 3 days for the first 3 days of the year, and then you fall off and we don't see you again till next year. What are we doing? Y'all, we don't have time. Next year, this time, the world is going to look very different. If you haven't heard anybody in your circle talking about that, that's why you need to be in the dollhouse, because I talk like this all the time. Okay. You need to come over here and have a real conversation about what's going on in the world, because ain't nobody got time to be talking about Nicki Minaj and them. We already know what they own. They ain't changed from all the years and all the times. We don't have time to be talking about Diddy them and what they talk about. It's hilarious. And in your chill time and you want to watch Netflix and you want to watch Stranger Things, that's wonderful. But in your working hours, you should not be spinning around, throwing cinnamon bay leaves and looking at your vision board, talking about, I believe, I believe, I believe. This is not, what is that, Shrek? This is not that. I need y'all to lock in. So once you have a feedback loop where you're actually putting something out and you're getting some engagement back from real humans, okay, this is when you start to operate the way that you would when you've already arrived. You can't show up in the energy of desperation, like, oh my God, I need to sell, or like, oh, da, 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 or needy or anything. Do what you do, plant the seed, we're moving on. It's detachment. That's one of the 7 habits of high value entrepreneurs. Y'all need to read my book. It's coming out soon. If you come up in desperation, you come up like you need something, doing all of that, you're repelling success. Ain't nobody got time. You need to be crystal clear, confident, abundant. Okay, not because you're faking it, because you understand that this is how the system works. We show up like this because it's like air. Why do I breathe? Because that's how humans survive on planet Earth. I'm not trying to do nothing. I'm not trying to be a human. I'm trying to make it. Oh, I hope I get some air, tomorrow. Oh, vision board. I see myself with plenty of air. What are you talking about? Breathe. This is how you breathe. That's so deep. I need to stop right here. I'm gonna stop right here. Listen, vision boards don't just fail to work, they actively harm you because you're training your brain that you're the kind of person that does not take action. So when you're done with all of that, get in my mastermind. Just join the dollhouse. You know what I'm saying? If you're already in the dollhouse and you're not participating in what we got going on over here in the dollhouse 2.0, what are we doing? Anyway, I'll see y'all on the next one. Until then, I gotta